National leader of the All Progressives Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has denied and rejected Osinbajo. Immediately he declares to run for presidency. He said, "He's not my son. Osinbajo is not my son." And meanwhile, Joe Igbokwe has warned Osinbajo to withdraw from that, but the deed has been done. He can't do anything again. Yeah, the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, is unperturbed by the declaration of Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo to contest for president in the 2023 election. He said, "Now in mind, he's not perturbed." You think so? It was reported that emerging from a meeting in Abuja with APC governors, Tinubu spoke to the press. He said, "I have no son grown enough to declare." Tinubu replied when asked his thoughts about his political son's declaration this morning. Osinbajo was Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice of Lagos State during the 8 years reign of Tinubu as governor of the state. The governors in attendance at the meeting with Tinubu include Governors Abubakar Bagudu of Kebbi State, Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano, Gboyega Oyetola of Osun, Mai Malabuni of Yobe, Simon Lalong of Plateau, and Abubakar Badaru of Jigawa State. Others include Dapo Abiodun of Ogun State, Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State, amongst others. Okay, he said, "He's not my son." He is not my son, that he does not have a son who is old enough to declare for president. Very, very unconcerned. He's not moved. But his supporters are worried. They are worried. Yeah, they are worried. He said, "I have no son grown enough to declare." See rejection. See denial. He has no son. And you are telling us that this man is not perturbed. The young shall grow. Definitely the young shall grow. And one lawyer said, "Osinbajo presidency, a recipe for disaster." A recipe for disaster. Some believe and some do not even agree to that. We shall see. We shall all see whether it is or not. Definitely we will know. But as it is now, he has been rejected by Tinubu for the fact that he said he has no son that is grown enough. I don't think that should be the response from him. He should have said, "Oh, everyone is entitled to what he feels like is eligible to contest. Anybody who has what it takes to contest, you will be able to contest. But for you, the fact that you don't have a son that is as grown as that is grown enough to contest, meaning that he's a boy, he's not, he cannot fit in the shoe." Yeah, the battle line has been drawn. And meanwhile, a lawyer and human rights activist, Festus Ogun, has said that Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo becoming Nigeria's president in 2023 is a recipe for disaster. Politics Nigeria reports that Ogun slammed Osinbajo for colluding with President Muhammadu Buhari for Buhari to bring Nigeria completely to its knees. An Obasanjo presidency or an Osinbajo presidency is a recipe for disaster. I mean, the same man alongside Buhari brought our economy completely, to its knees. How then do we rely on those that destroy our past to take us to a promised future? I mean, are we bewitched? Ogun wrote on his known Twitter handle. His declaration ends months of speculations over his interest in the 2023 presidential race and widens the pool of candidates for the position. It also puts him in direct confrontation with his former boss in Lagos State, Tinubu, who signaled his intention earlier in the year. In his declaration speech, Osinbajo said he was committed to continue President Muhammadu Buhari's vision of the country. You can imagine. To continue. Okay, but he's too young to be president, or to he has son who is too young to contest for president. Okay, you see, Mr. Festus, as a lawyer, I expected you to know that the office of the vice president exists solely at the discretion of the president. It can only do as directed by the president. I say with every element of the conviction that Osinbajo presidency cannot be a continuation of Buhari. Nigerians have gotten a taste of what Osinbajo can do on all the occasions he had acted for the president and are yearning for more. But then why were people crying, shouting, jubilating? Oh yes, Osinbajo from the southwest. Didn't they know that it was just going to be a spare part, that it was not going to be given um, maximum authority or power to preside over some things? Now you guys, the people can just make up some things. When you get them in this corner, they will go another way. When you get them, they will just begin to move, looking for blame games, looking for who to blame, looking for excuses just to exonerate the person. But why were they jubilating then, if they knew quite alright that he was not going to be given opportunity to act or to perform his duty as a vice president? Now they are not telling us that oh, there was no way he would have been able to do much because he was just a vice president. But now, can imagine. Osinbajo is the head of the economic team. No, you cannot say that. Is he really operating independently? Did the boss really allow him to um have a to perform optimally? This Osinbajo is a shameless man. You did not tell us why it would be like that. Is it because he will fight corruption more or less? As a lawyer, educates us, or you are afraid of law reforms? Which law reforms are they talking about? Osinbajo, law reforms. Oh my God. When you are living with people who, whether they made themselves, because God did not has not destined them to live in poverty, they are the one who have been who are intentionally bringing themselves to that ridicule. With all this is happening now, somebody will say one thing, they will tell you, oh, why are you saying that? It does not matter. But as soon as they are leaving you, they are complaining. They will still blame themselves for the failure of these politicians. Because you helped me, you own my life, by extension my destiny. So all of you are destiny dormant. Osinbajo for president. So is that what you want? Planning to confront someone who sponsored you to limelight is shameful. I expected you as a culture Yoruba man to honorably withdraw so as not to stain you in future. For more enemies will rise against your decision very soon. It is better to offer a service to Nigerians after we have tasted his superlative performance as acting president with 75 billion naira trader money, hunger, poverty, and killings in this government. I hear you people that can defend anything, that can defend anything. He possesses the right to contest. He has a lot of hoodies to hurdles to cross. Well, Osinbajo is far better than Tinubu. If Osinbajo becomes president, he will perform better. Buhari is killing the glory of Osinbajo. I'm from Ogun. Osinbajo is ungrateful. Ask when he came to our church in 2013 what he told us about integrity. How can you stab your benefactor? Èèwọ̀ ìbànújẹ́. When late Obafemi Awolowo came to Aba in then Imo State in 1979 to campaign for the presidency, he was bold enough to tell his audience that he would ban importation of stockfish if elected, and he was rejected. Now Osinbajo is telling us he would sustain Buhari's legacies. We also reject him because it's continuations of killing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.